Welcome back, everybody. As you can imagine from the title of the video, today we're talking about the next step and what the ATF has been doing regarding FRTs or forced reset triggers, as well as solvent traps. So for the new folks here, just to kind of prime you on what's going on, if you haven't watched my videos I've done on this in the past, an FRT is a forced reset trigger. It requires a single pull of the trigger for each shot, therefore it is not a machine gun. However, the ATF has unilaterally decided that it is a machine gun, despite them saying it wasn't for a long time, which allowed a lot of people to purchase them completely legally and own them and use them completely legally. In a very similar situation, a solvent trap for a long time was completely legal to buy, and then you could, if you wanted to, turn it into a silencer or suppressor by submitting a Form 1 with the ATF. The ATF has ruled on that multiple times that was completely legal, and then of course they once again just arbitrarily said overnight that they were illegal. So what they're doing now is going door to door. You know, I've made videos on this in the past and people said, what are they going to do, come take them all? Well, it looks like the beginning of that has started. So beginning around the 18th of this month, ATF agents started going door to door looking for forced reset triggers. And basically, the outcome was different depending on how folks choose to act when the ATF showed up. Some folks had signed letters saying that they had destroyed them. Some folks have turned them over. Some folks have asked if they had warrants and told the ATF agents to leave, because to date, as of what I know, there has not been any of these attempted seizures done in conjunction with a warrant. On that note, I do want to point out what I know. Most of what I know has come from John Crump, Ammo Land, and the Gun Owners of America. So thank you to all of them for putting out the information there. So again, as far as what I know, the ATF has not had a single warrant for any of these attempted seizure operations. So just keep that in mind. As an American citizen, you have a right to ask for a warrant if a federal agent or local agent shows up to your house, and you can tell them to leave if they do not have one, because at that point they are trespassing. So with that, those were the FRTs, and basically that kind of started out, like I said, around the 18th and continued for like 4 or 5 days, where the ATF was just continuing to hit house after house which had purchased these. Now, speaking of that, most of these seem to be coming from the exact same gun broker dealer. So somehow, one way or another, the ATF has a list from this dealer who is still, as of right now, selling parts and components for solvent traps or Form 1 silencers. And he claims that he was visited by the ATF in the past. They seized his equipment and told him not to do it, but yet he still is. So is that an ATF agent actually listing these items for sale? Could be. I don't know. I can't say that for sure. It just seems awful fishy that you were raided, things were taken, and then you're still selling it. But it is what it is. Now, moving on to the solvent trap seizures. A gentleman named Nick, who lives in Florida, was recently visited by the ATF and took this audio and video recording of the encounter.
Hey, sir, how are you? Good.
Hey, what's going on, man?
How's it going?
Hey, with the ATF.
Okay.
I'm hearing about a solvent trap that you ordered.
Okay.
Do you still have it?
I'm not going to answer any questions.
Okay. Well, we're actually here to recover them because they're being used as suppressors.
Do you have a warrant?
I don't have a warrant. If you
Okay.
let me finish, I can talk to you. Okay?
Yep.
They're being used as suppressors. Now, we're just here to pick them up. If you don't have it, you can sign that you don't have it anymore.
I'm not going to sign anything.
Okay, don't sign anything. So what will happen is if you're caught with it, we'll prosecute you federally.
Sure.
For an NFA item.
Sure.
Okay? You're obviously going to be on the radar now. I appreciate all the cooperation. We just came to pick it up and have it destroyed. But since you're being such a polite person,
I mean,
we'll leave it at that. We know what you're using it for, correct? I mean, you bought a
No,
jig
you
with
don't.
it for your AR-15?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
So
This
but
isn't
if
the
you
first time we've done this?
If you want to come back with the warrant, I
Mhm.
mean, you can do that.
Okay,
Take your
absolutely.
hand out of your pocket for me, please.
I'm sorry?
Take your hand out of your pocket for me.
You're on my property. I can put my hands where I want them.
All right, we're law enforcement. We're here talking to you in an official capacity, so
You're
I'd rather
on
you
my
not have your hand
property
in your
right
pocket. So
Alright.
we're not trying to be jerks here.
You are,
honestly.
though. You're
We're
the
not. We're not.
ATF. I mean,
We're
you're
here-
the ATF. Come
We're
on.
idiots?
No.
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, what'd
I
you
said
say?
you're the ATF.
Correct.
Your entire job is to take away people's guns.
I don't think you have any idea what our job
I
is.
know
actually.
everything about your job.
Oh,
All it
please
is
tell
to
me.
erode the Second Amendment.
Okay.
Shall not be infringed.
So violent criminals with guns that we take off the street. That's
At Waco, like at Ruby Ridge.
Oh my gosh.
My dogs.
You need to quit.
I need to keep my
right.
dogs
You
in
need
the
to
house.
quit reading so
Give
Give
many
me a
books.
break. It's
You're watching too many shows and
Yeah,
reading too many
that's
books.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm sure we'll find you again someday.
No, you won't.
Yeah.
Anyway, have a good one.
Yeah,
I
you too.
appreciate the cooperation.
Take it easy.
Yes, sir.
Watch out for the dogs, guys.
As you can tell from the language that the ATF agents were using in that encounter, they were very unprofessional. They were basically trying to threaten this man into complying with them. They actually did issue a threat of "we'll see you again." We all know what that means, and obviously these gentlemen were not acting professionally in any way. I personally did a very brief stint in law enforcement decades ago now at this point, over 20 years ago at this point, and we were constantly taught to de-escalate every situation. It appears these agents simply do not have that same training. Regardless, this is a very scary time right now. You guys have seen what's going on politically with the weaponization of various law enforcement agencies outside of the ATF, and it appears the ATF is just as bad, if not worse. Again, none of these items are illegal. They're not. The ATF is just saying they are. And as was ruled by the Supreme Court in their case versus EPA, these agencies cannot unilaterally just make up laws and say that something that was illegal yesterday is now, or rather legal yesterday is now illegal today. That simply is not a power that they have, yet they're doing it, and they're sending armed agents with guns to people's houses to intimidate them into surrendering their legally owned property. It's going to end bad. I mean, that's all there is to it. Eventually, this is not going to work out for them, and it's going to end very badly. I hope it doesn't get to that point, but how else is it going to end? I don't see it ending any other way. If these people show up at your house, what I would do if they showed up at my house is I would ask if they had a warrant. If they don't have a warrant, again, just ask them to leave. And if they don't leave, call the local law enforcement for trespassing. So that is it. That's pretty much all I have for you. It is an unfortunate update, but the reality is they are going door to door. So with that, if you like this type of video, unfortunately we do a lot of them here because the ATF does things like this very frequently. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the notification tab. If you've done both of those and you're not seeing 2 to 4 videos a week here on the channel, hit the notification bell again, because sometimes it'll unnotify you, and then you can sign up for the email list at my website here. This email goes out at most once a month, and it has all of the videos since the previous month's email went out. And then if you guys like deals, anything like that on ammo, firearms, accessories, it will be my daily deals email. You can sign up for that at the website here on your screen. It goes out every day, 6 or 7 of the best deals that we find around the internet. So that way it saves you guys some time, because I've already done the looking for you to find the deals. And if it's in that email, it's the best price I know of anywhere on the internet on that given day, and hopefully saves you some money as well. With that, that's all I got. Thank you all for watching. Look forward to seeing everybody in the next video.